I'm Jason. The world is yours, and today we have a story about Dillon Danis shares recent training video with Alex Pereira. Dillon Danis recently trained with former UFC middleweight champion Alex Pereira. Dillon Danis has recently rekindled his relationship with Conor McGregor. Oh, how about that? And posted photos of the two training with one another. In addition, Dillon Danis also posted some videos of him training with former UFC middleweight title holder Alex Pereira. In the video, Dillon Danis is seen wrestling Pereira, and he had success getting him down and keeping him there. How about that? Wow, good training. You can see right there. When this training session happened is uncertain, but Dillon Danis showed off the wrestling and grappling skills he is known for. Pereira, meanwhile, is known for his striking, but training with Dillon Danis is likely gonna help him improve on the ground. It is interesting to see that the video only showed Dillon Danis having success in the training room against Pereira. As for Dillon Danis' fighting career, he's just 2-0, but has not fought since 2019. And Bellator's president Scott Coker has says he isn't sure if Dillon Danis wants to fight again. Oh, okay. Dillon Danis is a kid we had a lot of high hopes for. Scott Coker said back in that was last year, right? September. Dillon Danis, super talented jiu-jitsu fighter, but he's got to stay active and he's got to want to come back. He calls me, he wants to come back, and then sometimes I don't hear from him for months. If he's really serious about coming back, we, Bellator, definitely have a spot for him. We, Bellator, definitely make an opportunity for him. Alex Pereira, meanwhile, is set to move up in the UFC to the UFC light heavyweight division to face former UFC light heavyweight champion Jan Blachowicz at UFC 291 on July 29th. It's like 3 weeks from now. Pereira is coming off of a KO loss to Israel Adesanya back in April of 2023, where he lost the middleweight belt. Yeah. I mean, kind of interesting, right? I think some people would be like, well, why would Pereira be training with Dillon Danis? Dillon Danis is not a light heavyweight, but he's a great grappler. And, I know the internet hates Danis for the most part. Last time we heard, at least for me, I'm an MMA casual, but the last time I heard from Dillon Danis, he was supposed to be fighting KSI. I think that was in January, and for some reason he just pulled out fighting boxing. He was supposed to have an exhibition boxing match. Is it an exhibition? Or it was going to be a boxing match versus KSI in January, and for some reason he pulled out from that fight. I personally have not heard from Dillon Danis before. Since then, before that, he did a great interview on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani. It was over an hour. It was a great interview. It was a fun interview. It showed, at least to me, that Dillon Danis is not the douchebag that he even portrays himself to be, that he seems like a genuine cool dude. It's good to see. It says that he's rekindled his relationship with Conor McGregor. They've always really been cool. Ariel was asking him the last time he talked to Conor in the interview. And Dillon Danis was like, yeah, I talked to him recently. It was kind of funny. Basically telling, the real answer was him and Conor weren't really talking in a while. But it was pretty cool to see Dillon Danis back in the gym. Hopefully he comes back and fights. Bellator could definitely use someone like Dillon Danis on their card. It would have been nice to see Dillon Danis fight in an exhibition or a boxing match versus KSI. That was a huge L for Dillon Danis to not take that fight for whatever reason. But, it's good to see, 7 months later, he's in the gym training. Not only training, but training with Alex Pereira. I mean, that is high-level training. Obviously, some people are going to troll Alex Pereira if he's getting taken down by Dillon Danis, right? That's probably not a great sign for Alex Pereira, fighting someone like Jan Blachowicz with the legendary Polish power, right? And also, my big problem with this whole fight, July 29th, is that, Alex Pereira is coming out off of a KO knockout loss to Israel Adesanya. And he got knocked out in April, right? So we got April, May, June, right? That was basically 2 months ago, right? If you think about it, he got KO'd in the second round of a fight let's say 3 months ago at the most, and now he's coming back and fighting before Israel Adesanya is even fighting. So I don't like the idea of someone being KO'd, coming back to fight 3 months later, moving up to a heavier division and fighting someone who's known for legendary Polish power. Right, like I know everyone is saying, all my MMA hardcore fans, I'm an MMA casual. All my MMA hardcore fans is like, well, Pereira, not Pereira, but Jan Blachowicz should just go in and wrestle Pereira. But what I know Jan Blachowicz for is a legendary Polish power, right? So I'm afraid coming off of a second round KO loss, moving up 20 pounds. Is it 20 pounds? I have no idea. I think it's 20 pounds. Yeah, moving up 20 pounds to the light heavyweight division and fighting, Jan Blachowicz, who could probably easily win this fight by wrestling, but also could, knock him out cold. So I would have preferred to see Pereira come back a few months later, maybe in the Dubai fight in October, maybe even in September. So I'm worried about that part of the fight. But let me know your opinion of this story. I'm Jason. The world is yours. Today we had a story about Dillon Danis shares recent training video with UFC light heavyweight contender Alex Pereira. Come on back, Dillon Danis. Come on back. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button. And please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.